Yeah. Yeah. Hi. Good morning to everyone. So, is it audible for you now? Okay. So let's see our now what. Okay. So in yesterday's session, we understood how we need to call methods from within the class as well as different in between different classes. So that means whenever we want to call one class method from other class methods, so what are the rules we have to follow or what are the things we have to take care as part of our Java programming we discussed. So it's all about you need to remember always static, non-static point of view. You have to remember and you have to follow the rules and regulations all the time. So simply whenever you are calling other class methods, if it is a static method, use the class name. If it is a non-static method, use the object of that class. Use the object of that respective class. And the rest of the things are common. Passing values to the method parameters, and whenever it is having a return type, that method is having a return type, then defining a variable to receive that value. So these are all common with respect to same class or different class. So that is what we discussed in yesterday's session. Okay, and same thing applicable for variables also. So especially static and non-static variables point of view also we discussed. Whenever a class want to access B class variables are like that. So within the same class, how to access variables like static and non-static variables. So with in between static methods and non-static methods. Generally scenarios how it will happen. You will have always static method as well as non-static methods. So you will have always non-static variables, static variables. So you may call static variables from the non-static methods or static variables from the non-static methods or non-static variables from the non-static methods, non-static variables from the static method. So in such kind of scenarios, what are the rules we have to follow? That is also we discussed. If it is within the class and if it is non-static variable and non-static method, you can access directly. If it is non-static variable but static method, you need to take always object help like this. So you need to take always object help. If it is a static variable, yeah, static variable you can access directly from the static as well as non-static also. So we have freedom for static variables we can call directly within the class. If it is outside of the class, that means you are calling another class static variable into your class, into the current class, then simply use the class name dot static variable. If it is a non-static variable, if it is a non-static variable, then simply use the object name dot variable name. Object name for that class, create an object for that respective class, owner of the variable, and create object for that and create object name dot variable name. So now my next question is, can we access one? Yeah. So my point here it is, question here it is, can we access, I'm talking about static or non-static variables, but there is a one more type of variable called as local variables. Can we access local variables of a class from another class? So this is the interview question. Can we access local variables of a class from another class or not? So this is the question. So if I'm talking about calling static non-static variables, calling non-static variables from different classes. So whatever the way you define variable, I mean now my point here it is calling local variables from the different class. Is it possible or not? So simply I have a class and assume I have a method called as main method only, or whatever it is, m1 method, whatever it is. And then I have a variable here, integer a equal to 20. So my point here it is, first point is b I have, and assume I created a method called as m2 here. And then here, can we access a variable of a class? That is what my point here it is. So this a I want to access inside this, or wherever it is from the b class. Inside b, can I access a or not? So what is your answer? We cannot access, right? So the reason is, first of all, there is a rule. I mean, there is a scenario I'll tell you. If you take one more method in M3 inside A class, okay, inside A itself I am talking. Now, in this case, can I access A variable from M1 method? Whatever created inside M1 method, can I call from the M3 method? Leave about second class. Within the class I am talking. A class itself having M1 method, M3 method, and A variable is created inside M1. Now I want to access A variable inside the M3 method. So is it possible? I explained you all these things in the memory point of view also. Execution point of view also I already explained you. Not possible. Yes, correct. The reason is why I told you already, whenever a method, see, whenever you created a local variable, the scope of that variable is until that method only. Scope of the variable, the accessibility. Scope means accessibility. So what is the point of scope of variable is until that method only. Local variable scope is until that block. I can give you. So for this answer, for this question, we have to get always a point in our mind like local variable scope is until that block only. So what is the point of local variable scope is until that block only. So a variable, for example, assume here you have after in the M1 method itself, you have 40 lines of logic. 40 lines of logic you written inside the M1 method. So in this case, the a variable you can use in between these 40 lines only. Wherever you want a variable and its value, or maybe you want to use the variable a, you can use until this 41 lines only. So that means at the end of the M1 method, once the M1 method closed, right? So here it is what? End of the M1 method. So it's all about end of M1. So once scope of the local variable is until that block. Block means what? This is opening, this is closed. So this will be called as a block. So now the a variable scope is until M1 method only. So that's why a variable even you cannot access into M3 also. So that is how Java is designed, local variable. So local variable scope or the variable what you define inside a method is available until that method only. You can use that variable thousands of times, okay, hundreds of times in the same method whenever you want, wherever you want. But outside of that method, so that means this line, you cannot access within the same class itself also. So that means your answer is no. So within this same class itself, one class, within the same class itself, one method variables cannot be accessible by other method variables. So that's why this itself, can I access a variable from M1 method means no. Then the answer for the next question, from the different class. See, when it is not possible within the same class itself, then how it is possible to call from different class? So obviously answer is no. The reason is this is what local variable scope is until that block only. Until that block only. So that's why our answer should be no. You cannot access. That's why we are talking like yesterday, accessing static and non-static only, non-static variables from the different classes. Yes. If your class is having static variables or non-static variables, if your class is having static variables or non-static variables, then you can access those variables within the class as well as outside of the class also. So static and non-static variables, but local variables never ever accessible outside of that block. So you cannot access it. If you want, you can just try with small example. I'll show you. Or else let's do one thing. Take it as assignment and note your own answer. Okay, just I'm telling you, you just take above question as a program and note down the error and know the answer. This is what your assignment. So I given you the reason. So just try an example, create a variable. First thing is within the class. So I can give you like this also. In the same assignment, first write down within the class in between different methods. Try. And second is when it is not possible in the within the class itself, obviously it is not possible from outside of the class. So that is all. Try with outside of the class also. Only with respect to local variable. Okay. So just try that. So this is what about you. Okay, fine. So that's why we are not talking much about local variables. Local variables is just like temporary variables to use as part of that method, logic, implementation, execution, whatever purpose it is. But you cannot access outside of the methods. Okay, so fine. So this is all about one of the topmost interview question, especially for beginners point of view, fresher point of view. So the reason and all you should know. Now after that, I just given a small concept called as comments. So what is a comments? Comments are always going to helpful for us to understand the, I mean generally concepts of comments are always about the writing description about the logic. So that description should improve the understandability and readability of the programming. The logic, whatever the logic you are writing, going further, whatever the logic you are writing, so it's better to write always comments like this. So the comments are always ignored by the compiler and executor. So whenever Java find a line with double slash or yeah, especially double slash, it will be called as single line comments. So that means whenever Java find compiler found slash slash, then it will not compile that line. It will move to the next line. So comments are always ignored by the compiler and executor. So but comments are written by the developer to make sure what is the logic we are writing and that logic should understandable by other people also. So that's why comments are very important when you are working in the real-time applications also. We have to make a habit from today onwards writing the comments. Okay. So I already shown you real-time examples also whether they are writing comments or not. You saw that for one line they are writing 10 lines of comments. The reason is it's not about how much logic you are writing. Your logic should understandable by someone else and your logic should what is your logic is doing also we should understand when you are leaving that application when you are leaving that project someone else into coming into that project or like that is the scenario people will try to write always comments and all. So please follow from today onwards I will also use same thing. Now a small point related to methods only. What it is? Predefined methods versus user defined methods. Now tell me what is the point of predefined versus user defined methods here. With these methods will be closed. So first of all, I told you already the terminology I already introduced, predefined as well as user defined. Predefined will be called as sometimes built in also. Built in. So what is the point of predefined and user defined? So you know that, right? We in previously also we discussed predefined classes, user defined classes, predefined data types, user defined data types, like that. So I told you predefined is nothing but by the time already available. So that means already provided by the language. For example, which are already presented or presented in language itself. So that is what predefined. So user defined is nothing but okay, implemented by developer. Here user is nothing but developer. Okay, implemented by developer. So now what is the concept of predefined methods, user defined methods? Here it is. Assume, can you give me an example of predefined class? Predefined class. What is the predefined class you know till today? Yes, string, correct. Good. So string is the predefined class. Now tell me the class itself a predefined class. Then what about that means the class itself written by the Java team. And then what about the content of string class? That means content means variables, methods. Who defined all those variables and methods? Definitely by Java team only, right? So that means now in this case, the methods I will write down like this. Methods which are already defined by language or framework, whatever it is, library, whatever it is, are called as predefined methods. Are called as predefined methods. So that means definitely class itself a predefined class. So then whatever the content available inside the class, predefined class, automatically the content variables and methods are also becomes as predefined methods and predefined variables only. So that is what. Now for example, I written yesterday calculator class. So this is a user defined class. How I am saying user defined class? Yes, as a developer, we only written this Java class. So we only return this calculator.java class under. So now inside this calculator, I return addition method, multiplication, whatever it is, static or non-static. I return some methods like addition, subtraction, multiplication, etc., etc., etc. So now these are all coming under user defined methods. Simple. The method is the class and method. If you are created on your own, that will comes under the user defined classes, user defined methods. Okay, and the methods what you are using from the predefined classes, then you are calling those methods as a predefined methods. That's the only thing you have to remember here. For example, I'll write some small example. Okay, what is my information? Something like that I written. Okay, I'll take like this. PAN card information dot Java. Okay, now see here what I'm trying to do. Public class. Okay, so public static void main. This is fine. String Sorry. Okay. So now assume I have a variable called as string PAN card number. PAN card number. So you know PAN card numbers. Can you tell me how PAN card numbers available always in your PAN card? Is it lowercase, uppercase, or combination of lowercase and uppercase? Maybe assume it is having digits also, but I'm talking about characters. So how it looks like always? Generally, PAN card numbers looks like always in uppercase, right? Now assume a person given PAN card number equal to, so for example, A, B, C, X, Y, Z, 1, 2, 3, something like K, a PAN card number given like this. Yes, it is a valid PAN card number only. Okay. System dot out dot print ln, yeah, PAN card number in double quotes, string value. Okay, now I'm printing this. So until this is common. Okay, so let me compile and execute the program now. Java C, PAN card information. Yeah, so it's compiled. And if I'm executing this PAN card information, so you got the output. Fine. Now my point here it is, generally you know that PAN card numbers and all usually we will display in the uppercase format. It's not the valid PAN card only, but it's not a lowercase format it is displaying. Now I want to convert this value to uppercase. This value to uppercase. Then what you have to do? So somehow you have to make sure this value is going to be displayed or printed like this. So something like ABC XYZ 1 2 3 K. So this is how I have to display now. Now see here, this is which class? String class. I'll take one separate class about string class, guys. After some point of time, we will have a separate class about a string class. String class is most important, and we need to know so many details about the string class with respect to usage usage point of view, memory management point of view, the most important point of view, string constant pool, SCP. So these are all things I'll cover in one fine day, okay, when I'm talking about the string class. But meanwhile, I'll just show you couple of methods in the string class today itself. So just start using those methods today onwards, but in details about the entire string class, okay, so we will discuss after few classes. Okay, so see here now what I'm doing. This is the variable object, right? PAN card number equal to PAN card number dot. So this is what string is a class. String is a class, and this is a reference. This is a reference. It is a value, right? So now see, there is a method available in the string class called as to uppercase. So this is a method I'm calling. This is the method I'm calling. And see, now I'm printing the again PAN card number. So here also I printed, here also I printed. But before that, before printing this, I did something here. So that means I called a method called as object name dot method name, reference dot method name. So what is that method? To uppercase. So now can you tell me, let's see the output first. Compilation, execution. See here, the same value is converted into uppercase. What happened in this case? I called object name dot method name. The method name is to uppercase. Now tell me, in this case, to uppercase method, as a developer, Am I written this? The functionality, the implementation of two uppercase, converting each and every character to uppercase, the logic, the method implementation. As a developer, am I written that? No, I did not implemented any methods except main method. But you call this method from the class called as string class. So now this method is called as predefined method. So why? Because this method you use it from the string class. So what this method is doing? Making the lowercase, sorry, converting to the uppercase. If any lowercase character is there, it will convert it to uppercase. So as a developer, what you did, you simply used the predefined method. We are simply using the predefined methods. It's not like we written again our own logic to convert lowercase character to uppercase characters, no, right? So these kind of methods will be called as predefined methods. Now string is a predefined class. Definitely all the methods of string class will become always predefined methods only. Now, for example, okay, so I have one more variable like string name equal to Dilip Singh, something like that I have. Now I want to convert this into lowercase. So what you do, you take object name dot method name. What is your object name, reference name, name here? Name dot to lowercase. To lowercase. So I'm calling a method called as to lowercase. And what will happen in this case? Observe here. So name I'm printing before calling the lowercase, and again after calling the lowercase also I'm printing. So what will happen in this case? See, calling the lowercase, Java C, execute. See, in this case what happened? Even though you converted to lowercase, so the my idea here it is this method should convert it to the name value into lowercase. But why still it is printed as few characters in the uppercase, few characters in the lowercase? I mean, the string is as it is. The reason is whenever you made any modification, sometimes what will happen, you have to reassign it. Like however you did here. See what Java compiler, Java internally does is execution. It will convert your Dilip Singh value into everything into lowercase like this. Everything into lowercase. But what is the idea? What is the problem here? It is whatever it is converted, you are not reassigning back to the same variable. You have to reassign the change, whatever you did, you have to reassign. Then that means in the memory point of view, whenever the value is available like this, whenever it is available like this, then this value will be overridden with the latest value. So that's why here just take name equal to like this. Now what will happen? Right hand side, whatever the execution happened first time, I mean by the JVM, then upper lowercase characters will come and that will be assigned back to the again same variable. So that's why these are the things you have to understand. See, now automatically entire things came into the lowercase format. Now in this case, this method also called as predefined method. This is also called as a predefined method. Now my point here it is like that. So we taken like string and from that we taken two methods as an example. One is to uppercase. One is to lowercase. Right. So for example, now similarly, how many classes, sorry, how many methods available in string class? How many methods available in string class? So it's very difficult to remember the exact count and all, but I can say like around 40 to 50 methods we are having. 40 to 50 methods we are having inside the string class. But how do we know that what are those 40, 50 methods, and the methods belongs to static methods or non-static methods, or those methods are taking any arguments? So how do we know that? So it's very difficult to, as a human being, remembering all these things, right? So I'll give you some information. Please note down that, and based on that, going further, not only string class. Tomorrow, once you are started learning the exception handling, then there also you will see a lot of predefined classes like exception class, arithmetic exception, runtime exception, even array list, like interfaces list. So like that, you will, going further, you will learn so many predefined classes and predefined things. So then, as a human, it's bit difficult to remember everything, right? So what Java language is doing here, it is Java language is always providing an API document. So what it is? API documentation. See, this is all about the real-time point of view training I'm providing you guys. I mean, real-time knowledge way I'm providing you. So it's all about, training is not about always explaining each and every minor point. Training is all about taking you into right direction and making you on your own how to drive in deep. That is what the things about training. So now see, there is a concept available, API documentation. API is nothing but, you will understand what is API and all in upcoming topics also. Core Java, sorry, advanced Java level, Spring, Spring Boot. These are all always implemented by using APIs only. But simply I'll give you full form: application programming interface. I'm not explaining much here. So what you have to do is go here, Java 17. For example, you are working on the Java 17. Java 17 API documentation. So just search with this in the Google. You will get a link like this. Okay. So one thing is, I think this is the documentation. Yeah, this is also fine. So if you see here, there is some documentation available. From here, so for this, generally, I have to discuss some other concepts also, packages. That's why I told you I'm not explaining much today itself. But what I will tell you here, it is, I'll give you meanwhile one link, Java. I'll just give you one link. So after that, I'll explain what is packages and all. Then you will come to know that. Why I'm giving is, from today onwards, let's start using this string class. That is what my idea here it is. Yeah. So see, there are so many things available around string. So if you are good with this string, copy link address. Yeah, I'll give you here. So I'll explain you again later what is API documentation and a later point of view. So if you are opening this link, then you will find out all the information about string. What is string, how string is getting created, and everything. So here, if you observe here, constructors also will complete. That's why I told you we will discuss API documentation later. But if you observe here, see how many methods available in the predefined class. This is the documentation provided by the Java team. If you observe here, oracle.com. So that means the official website provided official document about your entire Java language. See, this document is all about entire Java language, guys. How many predefined classes available? What are the methods available inside that class? What are the variables? How many arguments are there? Zero arguments. Okay, two arguments, three arguments, data types of the arguments. Everything is going to be discussed as part of this API documentation. Now see, I used which method right now? Two uppercase. If you see here, two uppercase, yeah, two lowercase I used, and somewhere two uppercase. So this is the method I have used. So what it is trying to say, converts all the characters in the string to lowercase using the rules of the default locale. So that means the lowercase method, this is what is returning. Once you are applying lowercase method, the return type of this method is string. That's why if you observe our programming, what, whenever you are calling lowercase or uppercase method, The return type is string. That's why again you are initialized with the string variable only. Again you are initialized with the string variable only. Now see, for example, I'll go here instead of this here. Yeah. So now you tell me. See, there are so many methods available. We will discuss one, find all the, not all the methods, but majority of the methods. I'll have one method L. Yeah. So see here. Now assume this is the method you want to call. How to understand this document? So what it is trying to say here, it is, if you see here, type modified and type means return type of the method and method description. So that means if you see the length method here, if you see the length method, what it is trying to say, length is a method from the string class. It is not taking any arguments, and once you are calling length method on the string value, string object, it will return the length of the string. Length of the string means what? Always number, digit. So that's why they are giving integer as a return type. So with this, now for example, tell me what is the output I will get in this case. System dot out dot println of, so what is my point here? It is name dot length, length. So if you are making any spelling mistakes, then compiler will give you an error like this is okay, undefined. For example, see, by mistakenly I given capital H. Now compile the program. See what compiler is saying. What is this method? I don't know. So this method is not aware of from the string class. So that's why make sure Java is always case sensitive. Okay, see now compile and I'm executing. Now what is the output you got? 11 you got. So that means what happened in this case? Length is a predefined method again. So whenever your requirement is demanding how many, what is the length of the value, then simply you will use this method going further on the string data type. So what it will do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, space also 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that is what it is printing here. Length of the string. So like that, you can use the predefined methods from any predefined classes based on your requirement point of view. As of now, we know only string class. So that's why please start exploring the string class. I'll take maybe with very soon one good class about string class. It will take minimum 1 hour, 1.5 hour session. So I will take after few more classes. Then by the time you will get good knowledge with other things also. That's why I'm stopping. And meanwhile, what I will do is you can create string object in different way also, guys. So generally it's all about, we are going with this string class. Okay, so as of now what we did, string name equal to, like this we created the, we assign values to the string variables, right? But this will be called as literals, literal string, literal way of creation. Generally, you know that for a class, so my point here it is, for string variables we can assign values, assign or initialize, whatever it is, initialize values two ways. One is, this is what, literal string literals, literal way of initialization. It will be called as literal way of initialization. So that means in this case, this is you are doing directly assigning a value to the variable string name. Second one is by using instance creation. So instance is nothing but object. How will you create object? By using a keyword called as new keyword. So generally how to create an object for the class, you know the formula, you know the syntax. Class name class name, object name equal to new class name, right? So yeah, so this is how you can create, right? So here there is a concept available constructor. That's why I'm telling you these things I will discuss after some point of time. So if you are not understanding this, leave it. For to understand this, you need to know constructors. So string. So here, this is the way you can create the object generally, but there is a concept available constructors. So here you can pass some values, constructor argument values. So like I am providing again here. So this is the way also you can create string variables by passing values via constructor arguments. So to understand this, we need to know a concept called as constructors that you will understand very soon. Constructors topic. So that's why I'm not discussing much about string class right away. So time, just remember this point. Once you are done with constructors, then we will go for this string class. So meanwhile, blindly use this format only always. Don't worry about this format. This format you can use after constructors. So now my point here it is, what is the assignment I would like to provide you here it is. Out of all this discussion, so what you have to do is go through this documentation. Go through this document. That means open this link. Then you will find out this. Come to methods section. Come to method summary. Okay. And what you have to do is go one by one method. So go one by one method. Character, caret. Understand what they are trying to say and what you have to pass. Like that, for example, assume code pointed. You don't know what is this and all, you are not able to understand. Ignore it. I'm not saying like all 40-50 methods, whatever you are seeing here, you have to complete everything. No, I'm not saying like that. At least 10 methods, 10 to 15 methods are there which are going to understand, which those methods are understandable very easy. As a simple, a kid also can understand. For example, if you see here what it is trying to say, first method, how to do the practice is, now for example, let's take your name only. I'm giving you just an idea, string name equal to Java language. The value is Java, Language, something like that. I given the value. Now what this method is trying to say is understand caret. Char means character. Character at index. So that means returns the character value at the specified index. Index means position. So now if you are calling this method, what is the output? Name dot caret integer value you have to pass. So method arguments, how many arguments available? One argument. So what is the data type? Integer. So that's why you have to pass always integer value here. Now I'm passing 3 here. Now I'm passing 3 here. So what is the value? What is the return type of this method? Character. So that means char c or whatever it is equal to. Now tell me, is this the correct way or not? This is the correct or not? So like this, you no need to complete your assignment within one day itself. Keep that assignment as it is. Keep that programming, whatever you understood from the method, from these methods. Try to complete one by one. Whatever you are not understandable, leave it, ignore it. And after some point of time, we will try to understand all the methods one by one. And out of all these also, I will tell you which are not really required and which are not being used till today by me also. For example, if you see here, I never used it, I never used it, I never used it, but I used it, I used it, I used it, I used it. I mean, that is all. As part of the point of view, one fine day we will see all the methods one by one. But meanwhile, you just try. That is what my assignment point of view. No need to complete. Whatever you can understand, do that. See here. Now I am printing the system dot out dot print ln. Okay. So now I am printing C here. So what will happen in this case is character at third position. So see what it is going to print. So string name. Okay, I think two times I given name. So see here, this rule also we discussed earlier. Same variable name cannot be used two times in the two times. So name I used already one time. That's why second time also that's the problem. So I will take like lang something like that. Language dot character at something like that. Okay. Be practical. Don't no need to by heart. Errors will help you giving more knowledge. So execute the program. See, it printed what? A. So that means if you go here, third index, right? So you're asking first, second, third, but it printed A instead of B. Why? So the rule is, the point here it is, please understand. Actually, this method is talking about character at the position of third index. Index means place. You know the books. When you open the book also, any textbooks all, you will see some index, right? In our textbooks, so on so topic at page number 1, so on so topic at page number 50. So that they will give heading as an index. So the topic index. So based on right, similarly the topic available on page number 100 directly will go to that 100 to read the topic. Same point of view index here also. But the point here it is 1, 2, 3. Third index is V, but it is printed A. What is the reason here it is? So what is the reason? Here it is. So that means it printed what? A. Actually, it printed this one, but we are expected V. So what happened in this case is, in Java language, please remember that guys, these are all points are very, 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 very important. In Java language, index always starts from 0. So that means in a human point of view, in our human life as a human, our index always starts from 1. If I am asking you, starts from 1. Okay, index always starts from 1, even our human life point of view. Whenever I am asking you count how many students are there in the classroom, we will start always with the 1. 1, 2, 3 like that. But in Java point of view, the index always starts from the 0. So that means with respect to Java point of view, so if your 0 starts from 0 means first, then 1 means second. That is how in Java, the index always going to start from the 0. So it will always start from the 0 point of view. Now in this case, whatever 3 you given, what it will try to understand is 0, 1, 2, 3. So that's why you got A here. So if you given here 0, yes, J. So now J will be printed. J will be printed. So that is how in Java language, the index always starts from the 0. So this rule we will use in every topic going further. So tomorrow in future you will get a concept called as loops and all. There also the index always starts from the 0. Arrays, topics, array list, all these places you have to remember this rule. So Java index always starts from the 0. That's why you got A. Now similarly, if I given here 6 means or 4 I given. So what will happen in this case? 1, 2, no. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth is a space. Single space also considering as a single character, guys, in Java language. So what will happen? It will return space. So that means if you are printing also, you cannot see anything. So if I'm giving 4 here, then 4 means space, right? So then it will come here. I'm trying to print it. See, it printed space, but only thing is you cannot identify. So why? 4 means space. Now if you given 5 again, so it will come here, sixth position. Language, L. So that is how one rule you have to remember, one more rule. Okay. So this is one point I have to discuss. See, it is printing L now. As it is printing. And I told you one more point. You can create string object in this format also. So if you are okay, create this format. But why we are passing here, what is the point of this is all about constructor point of view. So you will understand what is constructor under later, but I will give you small example here. Creating string value by using new operator. Nothing but creating an object. New operator is nothing but creating an operator. So here string email equal to new string. You can pass directly value, or you can, I'll discuss all these details later. Default constructor, parameterized constructor and all. That's why I'm not going too much here. So Dilip @gmail.com. So now in this case, system dot email. So let me print email. So what it will print means Dilip @gmail.com only it will print. So Dilip @gmail.com. So that means you can provide string value in this way also, as well as literal way also, directly assigning a value. So that means, yeah, so this is the way you can provide the value, or this is the way also you can provide the value. But what is the real difference between this way and this approach, we will discuss later. So okay, I will not discuss much about it. So just if you are try 1 or 2 times and ignore it. You need to know constructors topic. Okay, so that is what your assignment, guys. Whatever you can understand. So for example, on a glance, I'll explain you 1 or 2 methods. Based on that, you can take. See, it is saying like returning a character value from the specified index. Now you know what is the index also. Index is nothing but count only, starting from like that. Okay, returns the character Unicode point of view. Ignore it. Ignore it. When you are not understanding this kind of terminology, ignore it. I'm not saying like spend the time. Now compare here. So come back here. So it is saying like compare two strings lexicographically. So that means what it is trying to do here, it is, what is that method? For example, see here, two strings. Now I'm saying like, and what is the return type it is giving? Integer. So maybe 1 or 0 it will give, leave about it. Compare to ignore case. So it is all about comparing each and every character with the uppercase, lowercase also, but it is all about ignoring the case. Equals ignore case and all I'll explain later, then you will understand. Concat. So what, yeah, I want to explain this one, guys. So that is the reason I'm just making this. Now see, this is one more predefined method. String concatenation method. What it is do? Concatenates the specified string to end of the string. So nothing but attaching. Nothing but attaching. So what is the point of concatenation is nothing but just attaching the things. So how and all, let's see here. For example, string. Okay, first name equal to, I given Dilip. String second name equal to something I given Singh. So now these are all two string values. String variable, variable 1, variable 2. Now in this case, string full name equal to, what I can do is I can use this method concat. So that means my expected output, my result, my value, both values should be attached together like this, and I want to see an output like Dilip space Singh. Dilip space Singh. This is what my expected output. This is how I want to get the output. But value available in the two values. I mean, first name, last name, two variables are there. This is how I have. But I want to print both the things in this way. I want to collect two values are concatenated in a single variable. So then you can use method called as concat method. So what it is trying to say, the return type is what? Once you are calling this method, you will get again string result only. Concatenates the specified string to end of the string. So that means first name dot object name dot method name concat. But at the same time, this concat method is taking one method argument. What it is? String data type. So you need to pass another string here. So that means now what this line is trying to do here, it is, you are telling like, take the first name value like Dilip, okay, and then concat means just attach this string just beside the Dilip. So now this result will give Dilip Singh, and that Dilip Singh is stored inside the full name now. That Dilip Singh is going to be stored inside the full name now. So this is what the concatenation operation. So see here what I will do. I'll comment this. See, first name, second name. I'm just printing, taking into full name. Now let's print this one also, full name also. So what will happen now? The result will contain what value? First let's see, and then I'll make exact output how I need to get it. Dilip Singh, space I want. But in this case, what is happening? Try to understand first. Let me do one small thing. Give me just a second. String methods. I don't like the class name. String methods. Okay, cool. So let me compile the program. Java C string methods. Java. Yeah. Now see, just rename the class name. I don't like as PAN card. Okay. So see here, it is concatenated. What it is doing, it is just attached to Dilip and attached by the Singh. That's why in the full name point of view, what you got means just that is what. Let me open this. Yeah. Yeah. So in the full name point of view, what you got means if you go here, yeah, if you go here, so what happened? Dilip is the value, Singh is the value. It is Dilip dot concat Singh. So that means what happened? It is just concatenated like this. But actually, this is what concatenation. It will simply attach. But for example, I want space also. I want space also. Then what you can do? So see how I am writing the things. So can you do like this? Mm, what you can do is, see, I'll give you one more point here. I'll tell you that. in strings, in string, plus is used as concatenation operator. So that means what is the point of it is some small points we are understanding, but very powerful points. Please remember, guys. Looks like very simple, but very important, very powerful things we are learning. So in string, plus is used as a concatenation operator. So that means with respect to string data type, I'm talking with respect to string data type. So for example, assume if I have integer a equal to 10, integer b equal to 30, if I have written like integer c equal to a plus b, a plus b. So what is the result you will get? C, what is the c value in this case? What is the c value? Are you there? Yes, 40. So in this case, the plus symbol is working as a arithmetic operation or the mathematical operator, mathematical point of view. So 10 plus 30, 40. But in string data type point of it is using as a concatenation operator. So nothing but this thing only. So that means now if I taken same things, string first name and last name, and if I am writing like string full name equal to first name plus second name. First name plus second name. So I can use plus operator, plus symbol along with the string. So that means now what is the output? What is the value of full name? So what is the value of full name? So in this case, it is nothing but this concatenation only. So what plus symbol is doing in this case? Plus is what behaving as similar to concat method. So that means simply it will attach the values. So what is the value? Dilip. And what is the value of plus? Plus means it will not add any plus. Simply attaching like concatenation only. That's what I'm telling you. It is just behaving as concatenation method only. So it will take the Singh value and it will attach. That's all. So concatenation is method is nothing but with respect to string values, you can use plus symbol also. So this is how you will get the result. So see here whether it is true or not. So what I will do, full name equal to, see what I am doing, first name plus second name. So we can use plus symbol directly. We can use first plus symbol by directly. So this plus is acting as similar to this method only. If you want, you can see the output. So I'm reassigning the same variable. So full name. So see what's happening now. Compile it, execute it. See you got again Dilip Singh only by concatenation. This is what called as concatenation. Concatenation is nothing but joining. So concatenation is nothing but attaching or joining. So plus symbol in interviews they will ask you how plus symbol is, I mean plus operator or plus symbol is behaving with respect to different data types. If it is numeric data types, addition will happen. If it is string data type, concatenation will happen. So this is how it will, you got the output like Dilip Singh. But my expectation is I want to maintain some space also. I don't want to disturb these values. These values are without space, but I want to see output as like this. See how can I do that? Full name equal to, can I do like this? First name plus double quotes, space, plus, again, second name. First name, second name. I given what, guys? One space I given here. So what I did, I used concatenation two times. Plus, space, plus. So that means now it will take Dilip value, space, and then Singh. So that means Dilip space Singh is stored inside the full name. So this is how you can use plus operator. Going further, I will also use every day. So now print the full name as it is. See now the output is going to change. Java C strings. Cannot find symbol. Okay, sorry. Here I given lowercase, it is capital case. That's why you got that error. Okay, now same thing. Yeah, here it is also lowercase, capital case. Okay, fine. Now compile the thing. See here, now you got space. So this is how you can maintain the concatenation operation. Concatenation operation. So you can use plus symbol or you can use the concat method also. For example, if I want to achieve same behavior with respect to concatenation, how can I do? It's all about your skills, guys. First name dot concat some space dot concat. I'm improving little bit complexity. No problem. You also start improving the complexity. Now second name is this one. So what will happen? First name Dilip dot attaching some space dot concat. So concat means so Dilip concat space dot concat Singh Dilip space Singh like that. Finally you will see this one. So it's up to your choice whether you will go with this line of solution or with this line of solution. But having knowledge of both is important. So in this case also same output Dilip Singh, Dilip Singh. So here you used concat method, here you use plus symbol. So in string the plus symbol is having the only special behavior in the string data type point of view. But in remaining numeric point of view, tomorrow if you are defining double A equal to 100.00, double B equal to something like that, then it will do always addition only. But only string data type point of view, plus is always calling as a concatenation operator concatenation operator. So please remember this point also. Okay, so you are clear until this? Yeah, I'll have one of the written interview question, especially for pressure point of view. I'll ask you this. Just try to tell me what is the answer for this. Integer a equal to 10, integer b equal to 20. I'm writing shortcut like system.out.println. So here a plus b. Okay, fine. In the same program, string result equal to addition of something like that. I taken as something like this addition of in this same program. Now system.out.println of a plus b plus result. Okay, cool. You just try. I'll not give you the answer or I'll just explain you. You just try at your home also. I'll explain one small point from this. So this is the way I written the program. So what is going to happen in this case? Once you written everything in the main method, if you are executing, how output is going to come? So this is all about simple variable declaration. Variable declaration, you are doing system.out.println of a plus b. So that means 10 plus 20, 30, it will print. Fine. Next line, what you are doing, you taken one more variable and you just written like addition of something like in the double quotes. It's a simple variable. Fine. Now in the next line, this is the both the lines only I want to discuss here. So these two lines only things are happening here. So see here, generally what will happen in this case is JVM, see you are doing some printing, whatever it is. This is the main operation first JVM will perform. Okay, so what it will do is in this case, it will go in this direction. Whenever it is seeing this concatenation operation point of view, it will go from left hand side to right hand side point of view. So A value is what? 10 plus B value is 20. So what it will do is 10 plus 20, 30 plus result. Result is what? Addition of, right? So what will happen in this case? Any error comes? So in this case, 10 plus 20, 30, that is fine. 30 plus string value, that means integer plus string value. Are you going to get any compile time error or not? Simply I will ask like error or not. Point number one. If error, maybe you are adding integer and string value, you have to identify whether error is coming or not. If error is not coming, then what is the result? No error. What is the result? Point number one. This is the questions. See, one small point, there are a lot of questions. You are adding 10, first of all, integer plus string. So any error coming or not? If error is coming, then it's okay. Different data types. If not coming, then what is the result? So that means what is the result? You have to identify. Second point of view. First is what? Similarly again, left hand to right. So string plus integer. Now in this case also, if error is coming or not, if no error, then what is the output? Then what is the output? So these are the things you have to identify, or else I'll quickly execute and I'll show you. But this is one of the question, especially string concatenation operations, something like that. I written the like the things. Yeah, I'm writing a new class. Public class. Anyone provided answers? 30 addition of 1020. Yeah, Sham, you are preparing very well about job. Thank you. If you know the answer, that doesn't matter. Okay. So, but only thing is my worry is know the things practically. It should not be in by hearting. If you are knowing everything in the practical, then well, appreciate it. So today we discussed completely about string class only, some of the details, and few other things we'll discuss later. But basic things we are discussing today. Yeah, this is the program concatenation point of view. So see here, I'll write system.out.println, system.out.println. See now println is also a method here, guys. If you observe or not, system is a predefined class, out is a variable, and ln is a println is a method. It is taking always some one argument. Predefined classes, predefined methods. So I'll explain later exactly what is println system and all. We'll see later. For time being, use it as it is. System.out.println. Yeah, see here. This is what. Oh, what happened? Yeah. So this is what I written. Let me compile. Java C string concatenation operator. Yeah, it's compiled successfully. Now let me execute. See, if you observe here, what happened? 30 you got, 30 addition of 10 20. So what happened? Especially these two lines point of view. If you observe here, what happened? So what is the output you got? This is the output you got. So what happened in this case? So that means I'll give you like this. So these are the lines you got the output, right? So this is the lines you got the output. Why it is closing? Yeah, this is the output you got. So what happened in this case is just simple rule. Remember, I told you already it will Java in this case it will be executed from left hand side to right hand side. So you return integer plus string, right? So in this case what it will do is integer 10 plus 20. So it will add integer plus integer, return will be 30 plus string value something like result or whatever it is. So 30 plus result of something you written, right? So it will not give any error, guys. You can concatenate different data type values with the string data type. You can do that. Java will not give any error. So that means you didn't get any error, but you got like concatenation. In this case, what happened? The string is working as so integer plus string, right? In this case, plus symbol is working as concatenation operator. So that means it is just joining the both the things. See, that's why you got 30 and addition of 30 addition of. Now next line what happened? Same left hand side to right hand side point of view. So what is that? Next line point of view, string plus integer. This is the format you given. So whenever it is going with the left hand side to right hand side point of view, first two for plus point of view, what is the left hand side value? String. And what is the next line? I mean, next value integer. So these two things, string plus integer, string plus integer. So what is the result? It will give you a string only. That means concatenation. That's why addition of 10. So in this case, what will happen? Up to these values, sorry, addition of what is the int value? 10. Now the result of these two things became what? String it became. So now again string plus integer. Again what happened? This is again. So this result became string and again it is. Now again string plus integer. Now again what will happen? String it will become. So that means concatenation. So then concatenation means nothing but just joining. Just attach the word. So that's why addition of 10, 20. Here 30 addition of 30 addition of 20. So that is how you have to remember going further concatenation with respect to numeric values, string values. This is the way you have to remember. So this is the one of the written interview exam question generally, or in some of the interviews they will ask you, they will give this program and they will ask you what is the output, and they will ask you, can you explain what is happening? Like that they will ask you. So one of the topmost question, just take care of it. And it's not only about interview question, it's all about understanding the things with respect to additions, concatenations, difference between addition and concatenation point of view. Okay, so this is all about concatenation operator. So now I'll write few more things quickly. System.out.println my name is plus I'm writing Dilip space Singh. So what I did in the system.out.println, here itself I am directly taking value 1 plus value 2. String value plus string value 2. So what is the output you will get in this case is my name is colon space Dilip Singh is the output you will get. For example, I have again integer age equal to 30. So please practice all these things today itself. System.out.println of age I given. So here I'll write concatenation. See here plus my age is. My age is something like that. I return the variable age. So in this case, directly given the values, in this case, double quotes plus integer value. So what it will print? My age is 30. Like that, it will print. So these are all things coming under the concatenation going further. Why I am discussing these things is going further, I will write always plus symbol in many of the areas. Then you should understand at that time it is performing concatenation or addition. If it is numeric values, addition. If it is involving string value, out of the plus symbol, both right hand side and left hand side, if it is having numeric values, numeric data types, then that will comes under the addition. If it is having at least one of the side string, then that will perform the concatenation. So this is the thing you have to remember. Okay, so let's print the output. See, now you got my name is Dilip Singh, my age is 30. So that is how you can play with the plus symbol. Going further, you have to play with the plus symbol. So remember the rule, plus symbol, right hand, left hand side. If it is numeric data types, then addition. If it is one of them is string, then it will come as concatenation. Concatenation is nothing but just joining. Okay, cool. So please remember these are all things. Deshraj, Sham, whoever it is, understand the things practically. No need to by heart. So spend some time, do understand, and you can do easy coding. So yeah, so I will just take one more topic today itself. Just 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes. I'll close that. So with this, now what is my idea here? It is just go with this page and try to understand whatever the methods you can understand. If you are understanding, practice it. If you are not understanding, leave it. But slowly going further, one fine day you will understand many of the methods from the string class. Contains, you want to check a sequence of characters available or not. So that means what contains is going to do. See, for example, you have a word called as Dilip. I want to check given value contains a character called as AB or not. Sequence of characters AB. Is it contains? No. Now, for example, I given ABCD. Now I am checking AB contains or not. Is it contains? No. Why no? This is lowercase, this is lowercase, but here you given uppercase. So Java is case sensitive. Please practice all these things. Now if I given a value ABCD and I am checking like value dot contains of AB, then yes, sequence of AB contain this word. So that is how contains is going to work. Contains method. So please try to understand. If you are able to understand and do the one example, try to take help from the internet also, not a problem. So similarly ends with, if you want to see any character, every word is ending with the character or not, like that. Equals, ignore case, I'll explain later. So get bytes, leave it. Index of character. For example, if I given D here, what is the point of index? Returns the index with this string, first occurrence of the specified character. So if you are calling this method, so what is going to happen in this case? It is returning what? Integer. So that means if you are giving here For example, I have a word called as Dilip, and if you are giving character L, then it will give 0 1 2 second index. So it will say like L is located in the second index, like that. Previous one is character. If you given number, then it will give the character. This one is, if you given the character, it will give in which location it is, in which index it is available. That is how these things will work. So is empty. So these are all things you will understand step by step process. It's not one day. Length of the string, practice it. I already told you. Replace. So understand this, very simple one. These methods you can practice on your own. So tell me what is going to happen this method. Understand. So what is this method is talking? If I given a string value, I want to replace old character with new character. For example, I have a word called as delete, and I want to replace, okay, I with replace some reason, whatever it is, I with e. Then what you will do? Simply string name equal to Dilip. First is Dilip only, but you want to replace I with the E. Every I should replace with E in this entire format. So then name dot replace. What is the predefined method? Replace. Just use the replace method, and what it is saying, give the old character. That means existing character. I. I in which, see, this is what parameter, character data type. Character data type. So character should be always in the single quotes. And comma, what is the latest new character you want to introduce here in place of I? E. So that's why E you have to pass. And which data type? Character comma character. Single quotes comma single quotes. That's all. Now what it will do? Now if you written like this, name equal to name, like this, in I place, E will become, and then whenever you are printing SOP of name, what it will print? Now if you are writing like this, then it will print D E L E E. So every I character will be replaced with the E now. So if you are having blah 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 also, so then it will print like SENGH. Something like that, I will be replaced. So that is what this method. Okay. So please practice all these examples. With this I am stopping the class. Whatever you can understand. Say replace first. What it will do? It will replace all. It will replace first, only first occurrence, something like that. Just try to do that. If you are not able to understand, leave it. Lowercase we completed. Local you can't understand right now. I'll explain later. Uppercase we completed. Trim is nothing but removing the extra spaces. I'll explain later. Yeah, whatever you can understand, do that, guys. Simply, I would like to say, whether 2 3 methods you understood, I already discussed 5 to 7. On top of that, whatever you can understand and try to practice it. Slowly, all the things will be covered. Okay. So that's all for today. Tomorrow, what I will do is probably we will start a concept called as, there are small things are there. Keywords I'll explain tomorrow. It will take 10 minutes only, 5 to 10 minutes. There is nothing to discuss about keywords. We already know what is a keyword and all, but officially I will just show you the list of keywords. So tomorrow we will discuss. Just it will take 5 10 minutes only. And then I'll take naming conventions. Actually, I thought of discussing today. Naming conventions followed in Java. So very small topics, but important one. It will also take like 15 to 20 minutes. Once this is done, then I'll go with the new technical concept called as operations or operators, sorry, operators. So this is a technical concept again, logical concepts we will do. So these are all very small things. I'll discuss these small things tomorrow, and then we'll start with the operators. So nothing but tomorrow we are going to start with the operators concept. So what are the operators available, types of operators and everything I'll involve tomorrow. Okay, so slowly things will go smoothly, and as well as little bit we have to ramp up. Please be ready for that. For that you have to do lot of practice. Okay, cool. Anything else you want me to ask?